Well, welcome back to the Workplace Safety Show. Once again, Jay Smith here along with Darren Llewellyn, and want to thank you again for joining us. And as always, we're going to be talking about electrical safety. And today's topics I think we're going to cover, one being a citation that a company had received recently, as well as something that one of our employees had witnessed while on the job last week that you want to discuss a little bit further here.
Yeah, the citation occurred in Florida. It's kind of a tragic fatality, but when I do public presentations, I always talk about how you need to get your electrical house in order. You need to get your electrical safety policies, procedures, training. You need to get this all in order, because if OSHA comes to your facility, regardless of the reason that they come, in this case it happened to be a fatality, horrible, but the gentleman was changing a tire, and OSHA came to investigate on a piece of heavy equipment. Had absolutely nothing to do with electrical, but while OSHA was there, they inspected the entire building. And the facility got citations for not having breakers labeled, not having proper electrical safety taken care of. So regardless of the reason that OSHA will come to your facility, you need to have your electrical house in order. You need to have electrical safety policy, breakers labeled, all kinds of things, the training done.
Something that mechanics in this facility and managers in this facility, weren't even thinking about.
Right.
I mean, electrically in this facility, I mean, they, maybe had some air compressors and lights for the shop, and
Right.
They're worried about getting their tires and working on this equipment, and unfortunately, a fatality did occur non-related to electrical, but on top of it all, as you say, I mean, it's something that you have to think about.
Yep. The citation for the fatality was actually only part of the citation they got, or the fee for that part. So you need to get your electrical house in order. This company, didn't have any electrical people, didn't have an electrician. A small shop changed heavy equipment tires.
Right.
So every place of employment needs to have circuit breakers labeled and the house in order. The other thing, the other topic is kind of a pet peeve of mine. It really ticked me off yesterday.
We see it too often. That's why. I mean, that's another thing. It's
one of our employees, field technician, was out at the facility, actually a school, on the East Coast, who's probably getting hit with a hurricane, right, as we speak.
I would imagine, yes.
He had just put a label on a piece of equipment, the main switchgear of a school, and this one cabinet was a Category 4. Well, he'd left the electric room and came back in a little bit and witnessed a utility company employee, not someone that was employed at the school, a third party, come in and open that equipment and work in the bottom cubicle of this high voltage cabinet.
Wearing what?
Wearing shorts.
Shorts.
Wearing
Shorts and a t-shirt.
Shorts and a t-shirt and tennis shoes. I don't know if they're FR tennis shoes. I doubt.
Could have been.
But we see this all the time, and our employee snapped a quick picture on his telephone and sent it around to all of us. Mm-hmm. But that's a situation where our client, doing the right thing, they have trained their employees not to do what was going on. They had an arc flash analysis completed. They did everything right, mm-hmm. and someone employed by a third party mm-hmm. came into that room, mm-hmm. and it was a CT cabinet, and a high voltage cabinet, and I'm sure this gentleman had done this 1,000 times.
Sure, absolutely.
But was wearing shorts in a Category 4 arc mm-hmm. flash. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what happens to someone's legs. And this cabinet was low. He was at the bottom of the cabinet, so he was kneeling down. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what would happen, if an arc flash had occurred.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it could have been one of those tragic stories. I mean, obviously, any event that he would be involved in. But from our client's perspective, as you mentioned, that they were trying to do the right thing, and they've done everything they can to protect their employees. And possibly there was no communication with the contractor. We're hoping that's the case. But you need to involve everyone that's going to be in your building. Exposing a third-party employee to an arc flash, it's still just as bad as exposing one of your own employees to this.
Yeah.
From a standpoint as OSHA would view it, or even just from the accident itself. So that's where you need to be a little bit more involved with the training, and share this with your contractors. I mean, I think that's hey, look what we've done. I have experience with letters that get drafted. A lot of clients will draft letters and say to the effect of, effective July 31st, 2011, XYZ company has implemented the standards for 70E, and any employee coming on the premises must show proof of training and documentation of PPE. And it's a little area that sometimes gets missed. And in this case, it was something where we witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah, and it happens all too often. Like you said earlier, it just happens all the time. And it's a situation where an organization needs to demand that anybody working on their site follow their rules, and that their rules be the right ones. And this policy needs to be in your electrical safety program, your written document in your file that you can, give a copy of that to every contractor coming on site. In this case, it was a utility contractor, maybe a meter reader or something. He was working on some CT cabinets, but in any case, it's horrible.
Yeah, we hope should have known better. But as you mentioned, it was probably one of those isolated instances. Well, I just got to run in there real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. I'll be in and out. Pop this panel off, take this reading, something, and move on. And as we know, in being in this business for this many years, that's when a lot of these things happen, when you least expect it. So, if you have any more questions, obviously we have we've had a lot of input and a lot of assistance that we've provided clients with, possibly avoiding these types of things from happening, sharing this information with all of your third parties or your outside contractors that come on site. So please feel free to pick our brain, I guess, if you will, if you're interested in how you might go about this. But I want to thank you for joining us.
You can read the article on our website about the Florida incident with the fatality at Citation. It's on the front page of our website.
In the news section right there in the front.
We're not publishing the photo of the gentleman in shorts.
No, we'll keep that one to ourselves, yes. But, well, hey, thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you back here again real soon.
Thanks a lot.